And welcome back, everybody, for part 3 of week 13. Why am I holding my Xbox controller like I'm getting ready to play a game? Because that's what this feels like.
He's playing Shadow of War while he's doing this. And you guys crash into the planet. No.
Fuck you, Golem, you piece of shit. I mean, the Empire's really bad. Alright. That was awkward.
Yeah.
So, you guys are aboard the bridge. I know you've talked during the break.
We did.
A little bit.
Proton torpedoes are headed your way.
Do we have any point defense?
I mean, you could take the hits.
Sorry.
Can we fire at them and take them out?
Not enough people. Nobody manning the turbo or the ship defense systems.
I think we got to do this now. I would get to your drop pods. All right.
Good idea.
Yeah, you could outrun the. You could outrun them. All right, Edos, are you going?
Drop pod.
Yeah, I'm gonna sprint. I'm gonna grab Jeb, say, "Come with me," and point at a few of the commandos, say, "Let's go," and run for the armory because I got an idea. All right.
Yeah, so they all start following you because that's where they were going anyway. They have to equip. They're not staying there on the bridge with their machine guns. So, and once the armory door opens, you see a few of the commandos because Grakaza's team is a demo team. They go over and they open this cabinet. And there is what you behold to be the most beautiful weapon that you've seen in a long time. They have chains of bullets. Now, the shell is black, and it's about 4 inches long and 3 inches wide. And it's topped with a blue metallic dome. And there's like chains of 300 of these in grav boxes. And they type a couple buttons and it lifts. Then they open up this box and pull out a giant gun that's configured for these rounds. And you behold the 40 millimeter grenade machine gun.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah, we call these bunker busters, right, Grakaza? Grakaza's kind of coming in.
Oh, I missed that, baby.
Grab everything. We need to grab extra weapons, Lieutenant. I think if we grab a few of them, put them in some cases, split up the team into 4 drop pods with weapons, we start handing them out to the civilians when we land. They'll bolster our numbers up.
Let's do it.
Roger that. It'll take 10 minutes for the Destiny Horizon to approach the planet. I mean, you guys are visible, but this ship is slow because of the damaged engine. So,
Right. All right, people.
You guys got time to load. Hey, Commander, should we take some of these? Now I'm going to give you a choice, Grakaza. You ready for this? If you decide to take some of these, it means they won't take as many 40 millimeter machine guns. But what they're holding up is thermal imploders. Have you guys ever played Battlefield 1? Or Battlefront, I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
You know the thermal imploder upgrade where it's like, wow, and it's the huge explosion? Yeah, it's those.
Oh, yeah, take them.
You're like, fuck that. Yeah, so a third of the crew grabs them and takes them.
I'm going to grab just some normal frag grenades.
Now,
like
Ethan, you talked to me during the break, right?
Yeah.
About your idea about the torpedoes.
Mm-hmm.
I think Edos is starting to think that maybe the imploders would be better for your idea. One in each drop pod.
Yeah. Hey, Lieutenant, I got an idea with those thermal imploders.
What are you thinking?
Put them in some of the drop pods. And we can maybe try to target them to specific locations. Air defense, barracks, floating platforms, anything like that.
Grakaza, the drop pods are non-controllable. The Destiny Horizon will literally just shed it shed them out, and then they will rocket towards the ground. That's their purpose.
Well, the only problem is that these are dumbfire. Once these drop, they just kind of go outward and drop towards the plant. We can't guide their drop. But
All right,
we
well-
can angle our approach to make sure that we can hit as much as we possibly can on the way down.
Alright, I'm only saying that because I just want to make sure they ain't too powerful where they're going to kill some of your people.
We gotta be real with you, Edos. We gotta lose people no matter what we do. We just gotta save as many as we can.
Could you move your mic a little closer? Volume's okay, but it could be louder.
How about now?
There you go. Yeah.
Better.
Alright, if you want to live with that, that's fine.
Alright. Get as many of them as you can to the none of the 4 that we're using.
It wouldn't take long to arm the other 46. You're literally just tossing an imploder in there. Sarge, we could, we're setting these imploders to proximity.
Sounds good.
They nod.
Just make sure that there's a wide dispersal. That way they don't set each other off.
Alright, but that could mean that we'll land apart from each other.
Ah, shit. Fuck it. We'll take the risk and just have them clump together.
Lieutenant,
Alright.
I'm just saying, we spread them, it's fine. We split the commando squad into 4 drop pods. I'll take one, Jeb takes one, you take one, and you point one of the other commandos to take one.
Alright. Let's spread them out.
I will say, as a GM bone, I would recommend that the players travel together, because last time it did not work out.
Okay, well, it's...
For causes and decisiveness.
no.
Actually, hold on that order. We need to drop together.
Time's ticking.
Our
You've
best-
got 5
our
minutes.
best chance of survival is to get it together
We were
as
right.
much wisdom as we can.
Alright, just give me my opinion.
Alright.
Jeb goes, I am concerned, Edos.
About what?
I'm a lot faster on the trigger than you are, so I don't know what good you're going to do me. And he, like, spins his revolver in his hands, winks, and then gets on board.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, it's going to be a competition. I can see it right now. I shot them. I shot them more.
Still only counts as one.
Alright, I'm gonna run on the jump pod with Jeb and make sure everything's
Now, the
strapped
drop
down.
pods are cylinder in shape. They've got 12 seats, and they're like roller coasters. So the arm brace locks you in, and you feel a 5-point harness wrap around your torso. And almost like you're... I don't know if you've ever been on those, like, tower rides at the theme parks where it shoots the chair up, and then everybody screams their heads off as they fall. You're starting to get that nervousness, like, right when you buckle into that ride. Like, I kind of want off right now, but I kind of want to go.
Yeah. Well, one thing that Edos does before, as he's sitting down, he kind of takes his glove off, and because she made mention of it, he kind of feels his back where the scars are.
Yeah, the ridges of the scars. You can kind of feel the difference between normal skin and that shiny scar tissue.
It just it kind of helps him focus onto not letting that happen again.
Excellent. All right. So, Tunpo, you are 5 minutes out. As far as you know, the crew is scrambling to the drop pods, but you don't know where they're at yet. Valerie, you're running scans on the planet as well as the torpedoes behind you.
Yes.
I'm trying to make as evasive maneuvers as I can if they're coming in.
Okay, roll planetary space for me. And it's going to be against 3 purple, because they're getting pretty close, but they're still long range. So losing them is going to be difficult. And I'm going to give you a black die because of the engine. Oh, let me guess. You have something that removes setback dice because you're paying it.
I do.
Am I right?
Yes, you're correct. You also said planetary space, which is two
No,
different skills.
you're not in the atmosphere yet. You're
means-
trying to do evasive actions.
He means piloting space.
Piloting space.
Shut up. Planetary space. I hate you. And actually,
Now you're
technically, there is such thing as planetary space. Okay, it's the outer space around which a planet's gravitational field still has effect.
You want to know something? You want to be as smart as? Upgrade difficulty.
So just 3 purple then.
Oh, turns out they're not proton torpedoes. They're TIE defenders. Loaded with proton torpedoes. So get fucked. What do you think of that? Well, they hit. They hit very hard. Actually, I'm going to say that the 2 advantage is one of them hits. So there's still 2 proton torpedoes. But it comes careening in. You go to do evasive actions. The ship's like... You guys in the hangar, as you're getting ready to board the dropships, you can hear the ship creaking from the planet's gravity. Like, groaning and squeaking in pain. And you guys see the proton torpedo go... Why am I saying proton? That's like Star Trek, isn't it? That's photon. I'm an idiot. The torpedo goes right above the hangar. Everybody kind of ducks, and then there's a flash above you. And for a moment, the ship's computers flicker a little bit, but power is maintained. The ship has taken damage. One more strike like that, Toonpo, and you're not going to be able to make it through the atmosphere without going toward the pieces, and there are 2 torpedoes left.
Can I help him? Oh, sorry.
Yes. On his next check, he can get a boost die.
Okay.
But first, you have to roll a perception check against 3 purple because you're running scanners and kind of giving them some advice.
Okay. 3 purple.
Oh, and you don't want to fail this. Because then I'm giving him a threat. Which he'll take away.
Can I, how many light side points do we have left?
1.
Save me 1.
We have 2.
Right, but
Use
1
one. We got.
is
We
being
gotta
saved for
one.
Toonpo.
I won't use it. So, okay. So you said perception?
Perception with 3 purple. That's a scanner's check.
Okay.
And if you succeed, I'm going to give him a boost on it.
Okay.
There you go.
Fuck yes.
The threat is that you realize that one more torpedo and you guys are effed. I don't blame you for calling a train. This is precarious. So, Toonpo, piloting space, setback, 2 setback, 1 for the fresh damage, 1 from the damage before, and then 1 boost. How many setback can you remove? 2?
2, I believe.
This is bullshit. This game's fucking bullshit. Alright. 2, I believe. Let me check. Yep. 2.
Gotcha. Pilot.
Oh.
Piloting space with 1 blue. You should win this. I think it was a trump. Yeah. I think it was a trump card that you lost the first one because it's 3 yellows versus 3 purple. I mean, chance for triumphs
One would
alone.
think.
There you go.
There you go. The second torpedo misses you. By the time it circles around to hit you again, you'll be in the atmosphere. You still have 1 more torpedo to contend with.
God, it's like that torpedo in Lost in Space. Remember those that would place them? And it's got to come around.
I like to
Coming
think
back.
that I hit the full ship comm right after the first one hit, and I was like, "Hey, brace for impact." But,
Yeah, okay, well, if you did that, it was like more like, hey, impact. Imperial troops are in the base. Imperial troops.
No shit.
Oh.
All right.
One more time.
Valerie, I need you to roll another perception check to see if you can give him a boost die.
All
The
right.
boost die is what saved his ass and didn't give you guys any threats.
Okay, I think I'm still set up for the same thing. Okay. Ooh!
Hey-oh, yeah. I'm going to say that the threat is that the other torpedo is coming a lot quicker than you thought. 4 successes will definitely grant him a boost die, though. Make that same piloting check, Toonpo. You don't even need to change anything. You have to do this. Do you want to use the 2? You have 2 light side. Do you want to use 1? Otherwise, this torpedo is going to fuck your shit.
On you, man.
That basically
Ask the
means
party.
I'm using
Ask them.
both of them.
Right.
That means
1
I'm
for
using
now and 1 when you're in the planet.
Trust me, you'll have another one to use by the time we're on the planet. He's gonna use one, no matter what we do. So we'll get one
So
back.
then, same roll, but put upgrade 1 on your side.
And you have
Or
a boost
downgrade.
die.
You can also downgrade the difficulty. Now, here's the reason why that's a good idea. Downgrading the difficulty will remove a purple off the board altogether, which your yellows are already better than purples. Upgrading your roll won't necessarily give you another yellow.
Gives me another green, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'll downgrade.
So you can downgrade my side.
Yeah. Okay. Here goes.
Let's do it.
Yes!
I think the advantage is that the torpedoes run into each other.
Ooh.
Grakaza, is there a leadership skill?
I think there is.
I need you to roll a leadership skill
There
with 2
is.
purple and 3 black.
How many purple?
2 purple, 3 black. This is depending on how much of the team actually makes it to their pods, and how many of the weapons make it there as well.
Ah!
And yes, you could have a blue die because Edos is helping you. I'm gonna be nice.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, because I have leadership skills.
Yes,
so.
Still,
Kitty, they are fucked.
Yeah.
I want to use that light side point, but I gotta save it for Toonpo. He needs
Oh,
to
no
get
you don't. Come on, guy. Come on. Yes, Toon, I want you to roll a discipline check against 3 purple. Wouldn't that be resilience?
That would be resilience.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you're mind over mattering, I don't have to poop. And you're like destroying the poop with your brain.
Oh, God. Alright.
It's alright, man. If we get smaller numbers, then...
That's
I'm gonna give you another
everybody
setback
else.
because you shit your pants.
Oh,
Everyone makes it.
You were
Against
not
all odds.
supposed. You were not supposed to win that. You were not supposed to win that. Yeah. So you succeed. Azel succeeds. Everybody's in their pods. Weapons are in place. That means you effectively have 46 bombs on the ship.
Oh. Oh. I am so glad I put points in leadership early on in our game.
Meanwhile, on the planet, everyone's looking up and they see the Destiny horizon getting bigger. They're like, oh my god, and they start to come out of the tents, and they're all looking up, and even the hunters are like, ugh, why aren't you getting back to work, you scob? Oh. Alert the defenses! Alert the defenses! And you hear bells going dingy 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 ding. Toonpo, I need you to make that piloting check. Piloting planetary.
This is the jump.
And the difficulty is going to be 4 purple.
You get a boost because your simulation.
You get 2. A boost because simulation and a boost because you ran it again. So 4 purple and an upgrade on my side. 2 black. 1 from the engine being damaged. 1 from the damage that you took from the torpedo. 1 blue because Valerie is helping you. 1 blue because you did the simulation. 1 blue because you did it again and again and again to memorize it. So 3 boost, 2 black, 4 purple, upgrade on my side, upgrade on your side. 3 blue.
And cancel the black.
Even for piloting planetary?
Let me check.
I hope you fuck this up. I mean, good.
Yeah, it is both planetary and space.
Good. I'm thrilled.
Good. Biggest dice pool ever.
So, 3 blue, no black, and upgrade on my side, upgrade on your side, piloting planetary. 4 purple, 3 blue, upgrade on both.
I'm not even looking. I'm not even looking. There it is. Okay. May the force be with us.
Everyone.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
You're on. Fuck.
Tunpo. You hyperspace into the planet. You're all dead. Tell me what goes through your mind. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so you hyperspace in, and when you pop out of hyperspace, bah! The shockwave from it rips some of the tents down, tears buildings apart, and Tunpo realizes in a moment that he accidentally came out of hyperspace 3,000 feet lower than intended.
Does the sky go plaid?
No.
Oh.
The bottom of the Destiny horizon, as you guys are falling from the atmosphere, from the stratosphere, because you miscalculated the jump. The bottom of the Destiny horizon glows red and flame. The deflector shields are doing everything they can to withstand it. Everybody in the pods feels the temperature increase 40 degrees because of the planet, because of the flames below the plating of the ship. It actually feels like that you guys are starting to get a little hot and sweaty.
It's a little warm time.
It's now time to drop the pods. Grakaza, on your orders.
I get on the comms and I say, fucking drop.
You're away. And I hit.
Yeah, you're like, you're away. And all of the pods go. The doctor's laying on the ground. He's like, what the Destiny horizon? People on the ground who are looking up are like, oh, we're saved. Yeah! And then they see it coming straight for them in a nosedive. It actually tilted because the nose is heavy. And it's like, and immediately all these escape pods or all these drop pods are launching out of it. The hunters stand up. One of them realizes his weapon's gone, and a boot steps on his hand, and he looks up to see the 12-foot tall Typhoon, who is just kind of looking at him. And Mick, looking at the gun, trying to figure it out, goes, hey, darling, and then shoots him right in the brain and starts rallying people to come out and grab his pistol and stuff. Some of the soldiers in the fleet immediately come to action. The interns are like, oh my god, what are they doing? The odds of this being a successful mission are, oh my god, it's headed right for us. Quick, bring me a notepad. I gotta figure this out. The Admiral steps out and looks up, and he's like, Valeria, you've got to see this. Valeria winces in pain as she sits up, holding the bandage where her stub is, pulling the blanket off, and walks out, and her eyes go up to the sky. Oh my god. What are they doing? Tunpo, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, that's... I imagine gripping the console and just seeing this, like... The whole ship's probably shuddering.
You can actually, just so you know, you can see the people. That's how close you are.
Holy shit.
I wave.
Valerie, this is your moment. You've got a daunting astrogation check to do.
Alright.
That's 4 purple.
Wait.
I have an idea.
Go ahead.
You don't have time for that shit.
Not
Oh.
like
We have one
mean-
light side, just to let you know.
I'm thinking if the ship is taking all of its weight nose down, if there's a way to get it to tomahawk and come back underneath, and essentially hyperdrive jump while it's upside down, but it clears.
That'll
the
be
horizon.
narrative. That'll be narrative. If you do it successfully, I want you to describe that. That's all on you. How you succeed is up to you. Valerie, that
All right,
astrogation check.
astrogation. All right.
For
Let's
purple.
see. What was the? How did I get the blue? Do I get a boost die or no?
No one's helping you.
Okay, just fine. All right. 4 purple.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So, Valerie, you in the ship's rocking. You're like, your hair is going all over the place. Your friggin' boobs are jiggling. Toonfo's flaps are jiggling. You know what I mean? Like, this place is getting rocked. Everything's falling off the consoles. Loud crashes everywhere. And you realize you've got it locked in. And you look up to Toonpo. He's got to do it now.
Do it now, honey.
Toonpo. Because of your bringing this ship so close to ground, it's going to be a daunting planetary ground, or planetary piloting check. That's 4 purple. With a setback for the damage, a setback because of the torpedo you took, a setback because you're too close to the ground, which means you get 1 setback.
Can I help him with
So-
anything?
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
Okay.
You do get a boost because of her astrogation check. Right? You get a boost because of simulation. You get a boost because you ran it twice. It's 3. So 3 boosts, 1 black,
Oh.
4 purple.
Oh,
And you better put an upgrade on my side.
I think I ought to use another one.
yep.
And an upgrade on your side. So again, 3 blue, 4 purple, 1 black, 1 upgrade on either side. Piloting planetary. Let's go.
Yeah, look.
I can't look.
Mm. Here goes nothing.
oh.
Tomahawk!
How you doing, John?
Oh.
My little heart. Can't take it.
Describe to me the tomahawk.
Oh. So as the ship starts to take all of its weight forward, I know the engines can't do much, but
Do you... Time out.
Do
Do you
some.
have a Nebulon V frigate so that you could explain this to me and show me in detail?
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Oh, you mean you have a model?
Yeah.
Oh, how cool!
I know he plays the X-Wing games, so I was like, I bet you he's got one.
I see a Millennium Falcon back there, and a baby walker up on the top.
Chicken walker.
I'm gonna go open my window real quick because this heater's hot as bars.
Alright, wait one. He's gotta open his window.
Oh my
This
god,
is amazing.
Jonathan, you piece of bastard.
I'd say to Brian and Jonathan, fantastic
Both of
work
you.
there.
Oh my god, you just saved
Hey.
everybody.
I'm just pushing buttons. He's doing the fly.
All right,
oh, look,
let's see
it's
it.
a little one. Oh, it's
Push
a little
buttons
one.
definitely helps.
It's
Okay.
a petite one.
So I'm imagining we've come in, and it's just
It's
gravity
making that noise.
Right.
yes, making that noise. And so we're starting to fall.
Did
And
he freeze for anyone else?
Oh my
Ironically,
God,
there
oh
it
my
goes.
God. Oh,
Yep, that's about what I was thinking.
So we're coming down, and with the momentum that it starts to do, he kicks on whatever sublight he can get and gets it to tumble over.
Oh.
And just as it
hold on to the chair.
holding onto the consoles as best as possible. And as soon as it's just even like barely clear of the horizon, clips a mountain, maybe. Oh no, because it was successful.
Yeah, he's like, boom! We did it. Oh, we're dead. Okay, yeah, that's great. So you blast out into hyperspace. Another shockwave comes out, just tears apart the scenery, and you leave with such velocity that the mist goes with you. You know, like when something fast goes through mist. And from the outside, the planet has a little stream of mist that is blasting off into space.
Oh my god.
The sound is so loud that everybody on the planet now has tinnitus.
Or as they say in England, tinnitus.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
And then all of a sudden, you guys are in the drop pods. And the velocity thing's going really high. And you guys realize it's not going fast enough to deploy the chutes. You guys were dropped too low.
Oh, no.
So you're going to hit the ground.
Ouch.
Is there any way to manually
No.
do it from inside?
No. Everybody's supposed to be strapped down. In fact, there's a computer voice that's like, please keep your arms and your legs inside your seat at all times. Remember, it's for your safety.
They don't have... I just have something to say. I'm sorry. So they wouldn't have any, like, manual lever that you'd have to hit? Just
These
in
are
case?
orbital drop pods.
Okay.
They go so fast, normally, that you can't stretch your arm out. I don't know if you've ever been in one of those fair rides that spins, and the floor falls out, and you can't move. That's what's going on to you guys right now. Like, you guys are like, Krikaz's hair is just pressed against the metal bulkhead.
Okay.
Yeah, Jebediah is still smoking, but all the smoke is going back into his nose, so he's like...
They wouldn't happen to have those precaution things in case the chute didn't come out. They could, like, poof little air balloon
These
things
pods
out
are actually designed... They'll be safe. They're not going to have any harm. Okay? It's just that they're carrying explosive weapons inside each of the craft.
Yeah.
Ew. Dang.
And then all of a sudden you hear the sound of something squishy and the sound of a bucket of water landing on the top of the drop pod.
Did we kill the fish doctor?
No. I don't think he has that much blood. You hit him with the drop pod that fast, he's just like, oh, like a volcano of blood.
He's become pokey.
Yeah.
I honestly think the only thing you guys would hear is like, oh my god, and then that'd be it. You know, a little black and white CRV or friggin' old school glass monitor, and you're like,
all right. Well, once we hit,
yeah, you guys hit. It's rocking a little bit. Kind of like this, but you can get out of your seat.
I'm going to pop out of my seat, get to the door, and pull my blaster, getting ready for these hunters.
Yeah, you have to hit a green button to open the door.
Yeah, I'll elbow it.
Yeah, you hit the green button. The door goes, and sunlight comes in. It's like that moment in every Fallout game where you're like,
oh, my eyes!
So, meanwhile, here's what the hunters see. Wow, what the hell? This Nebulon frigate coming in. Things are shedding off. They're like, what? And the nearby resistors punch them in the face, take their guns. The hunters, for the most part, that's not a big deal. They whip out their blades. They're like, shink, shink. They're professionals. They can take on like 12 guys at once. Mick is running around blasting people, but his feet leave the ground and he goes flying into tents because of how strong this gun is. He hasn't gotten the bracing aspect of it right. And Typhoon, like, runs forward, sees him fly back, and just runs back. And a few of the hunters are gathered around the latrines where slaves work endlessly digging these deep, deep, deep latrines so that all the prisoners in the area have a place to contain their fucking fecal matter. When all of a sudden this shape goes, boom, it hits the ground, crashes through the surface, goes all the way down to the bottom of the well, 150 feet. lands in this shit, and the shit actually it hits with such volume, it is expelled, it's displaced out of the hole into the air and hits him like a ride at SeaWorld. They're hit with this tidal wave of human feces and they're knocked back onto their ass. And all these people run away in panic. And Edos, when the door goes, you are assaulted with the smell of death, shit, and bad food all at once. And you realize, rewind to that little smiley face when he sent you the coordinates.
Okay, 1, I'm gonna have to roll resilience so I don't throw up. And 2, I'm going to curse.
Does poop bother Edos?
What?
Does poop bother Edos?
No,
He's seen corpses and shit. Oh, right. Not expecting it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need you to roll resilience.
Okay.
Against 2 purple.
Okay.
I like what my players ought to roll.
Woo!
Excellent.
And I got an
I'm
idea.
spinning a dark side point. Because what comes up must come down. And while you're sitting there in the doorway going, yeah, okay, I think I'm gonna be fine, shit just goes and showers over you. Only you.
Yeah.
I need you to roll another resilience check against 3 purple.
There we go. I hate you.
Okay. I want you to take all 5 strain.
Okay. Oh, Lord.
You are pissed.
Yeah.
Pooped, really.
Zing! Oh, man. John's been full of them tonight. And it's at that moment that Jeb goes, go, go, go! And they're all like, all the commandos are like, ew! But they are professional, and they charge out of the door, and they start climbing the slippery, muddy, shitty slopes of the hole that was being dug with their weapons in water bags.
Yeah.
Grakaza, you are free to move about the cabin.
I lift the restraints up, grab whatever weapons.
Corin goes and jerks his head. What does Corin Reed say to Grakaza to get him to follow?
Am I taking him further into the shuttle or out?
You're taking him out of the shuttle. You're taking him to someplace in particular.
Okay, I'm gonna pull my blaster and go, remember Praxis?
Fuck yeah, I do. And I cock the 40mm.
Let's do it.
Oh, you
Actually,
took a 40mm?
Yes.
You're gonna... Well, I was gonna say, what's your brawn?
Oh shit, that's right.
Oh yeah, you're gonna need a partner to hold your shells.
Yeah.
The only
I'll
person
have-
left in the cabin is covered in shit.
I'll have an assistant gunner.
Okay, so he turns to you, Edos, and he hands you the belt box.
I'll grab it and just go, I find Mick. I'm killing him. And I'll just grab the belt with it.
Yeah, the 2 of you run out. Corin's navigating pretty well. He leads you to the other drop pod, where there's 2 commandos puking, but then they're all scattering. And then the 2 more drop pods that landed in the shit, and everybody's just like, move, move, move. A few of the hunters are peeking in the holes to find out what happened, when all of a sudden, one of the commandos on the wall takes his blaster rifle off his back with the shoulder strap, wraps it around the hunter's head, spins it sideways to tie a knot, and just jumps back into the hole, pulling the hunter in with him. And when the other hunters come to gather to find out what's going on, one of the commando teams in the shit opens fire with the 40mm cannon. It hits these hunters twice, and then there's nothing left. It's just like, doo, 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 doo. By the way, it's a machine gun. I don't know if you guys know what that gun does. Yeah. It literally fires a grenade. Bum, 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 bum. That's how fast it fires these grenades. And it's just tearing apart these hunters like fucking Swiss cheese. And the people are scared. But then, kind of like that scene, do you guys remember the old Ghostbusters movie? And how the concrete breaks apart and then they fall in and then you see their hands come up and it's this glorious scene. The commandos are coming and emerging out of the hole with the Destiny Horizon badge completely covered in shit. And for a moment, the people don't recognize them, but when they see them, they're like, Bob, is that you? Yeah, grab these guns, let's move. And it looks like a small resistance within the camp has started. Meanwhile, there's this up in the sky, right? Above the encampment are these giant zeppelins. Huge mobile platforms with aircraft on them, machine guns. These are what they patrol with. And one of the hunters leans forward and says, see that right there? And points to a scanner, and it shows a picture of the now smoking latrines. Drop all ordnance on that location. And he's like, yes, sir. And then they hear a boom. What was that? Something hit our ship, sir. A few of the hunter guards run around the corner, and they see a drop pod on their deck. They've boarded us. They all bring out their armaments and surround it, and they're like, no! We have flammable gases on this craft. Bring out your melee weapons. And they start pulling out glaives and swords and daggers. And one of them runs up to the drop pod, and there's a green flashing button. And they hit the button. Immediately, the commander brings his glaive over. He's got 2 bodyguards to file in with him. And they walk in, and they don't see anything except for this thing that looks like a trash can with an antenna sticking out of the top and this red light. And they go, and the entire Zeppelin just goes boom and explodes, sending debris down below. The doctor runs into the Admiralty tent where Valeria, the Admiral, are, and he's like, what's going on? And a drop pod crashes right into the little hospital. It's like, yes, come on, let's help. And a few of the rebels inside the hospital tent, they're like, oh my god, hurry up, let's go. And the little boy's sitting there with his hand chopped off. He just had the doctor attach it, earlier. He's sitting there playing with it, getting it cleaned by one of the nurses. And he looks over and goes, hey, those are from our ship. And everybody gets excited. And some of the injured soldiers in the bed sit up and start running towards it. They're all clapping. And one of the nurses goes, I think they need help out. And they hit a button, and the button opens, and they see what's in there. As the doctor's running down the muddy street towards the hospital, the entire thing just goes and is swallowed in a huge explosion. He's knocked to his feet, his ears ringing. He stands up shocked. Everything's smoky. It's burning his eyes. And that's when he realizes, when he holds his hand up, that he's missing one of his eyes. There's a sharp piece of metal in it. And he's feeling it. And he goes, oh, that's not good. Pulls out one of his stim packs. And just goes, and then rips the blade out. Stands to his feet. And sees the little boy wandering out of the hospital, dazed. Burn marks all over. Going, Mommy? Immediately, fear hits the doctor, and he runs forward and scoops the child up and is like, my god, come on, we'll find your mother later, I'll take you to safety. And the boy's leaning over his shoulder, reaching back towards the burning hospital. No, Mommy! Meanwhile, Edos and Grakaza are trudging through the mud with a 40mm in their hand. Being led by Corn Reed through the trenches. And Tunpo and Valerie, you guys are back in orbit. And now those corvettes are headed straight for you. Who would like to go first?
I turn to Sean and go, well, where should we go now?
Anywhere but here.
So I set some coordinates. Do we have light speed?
Yeah, your hyperdrive's fine. You guys didn't botch that at all.
Shall we go here?
Where are you pointing? Where are you talking here?
Well, I'm looking at some charts and some on the what we have here, and see.
You can go to a planet or a place that you've been in in the past, because you don't have any coordinates to wild space.
Even if we just micro jumps, we just gotta lose them a few times if we can.
Toon, you know the engines probably can't
Let's
take that too much, because you're crippled. You're down an engine.
Let's go to that one planet that was where the resort was. Unless this was it.
Toon, where you met Toon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zerm.
That's where you're from.
Isn't that a multiple days trip, though?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a place we know that we got the coordinates for.
You're receiving a
helm. Know the coordinates for you, unless you know the coordinates for some other places.
You're receiving a helm. Something's coming on the comms.
I answer.
There's a woman with brown hair, and she looks very clean, and she's wearing a suit with a badge. You recognize her from the hologram. And she says, "We surrender."
I look at Tun and go, "I do."
As best I can, I start to bring the Nebulan back around towards them in kind of to us, I know that it's a show, but a show of force.
Yeah, they have no idea you have no crew.
And we're probably a big ship compared to them, right?
Oh yeah, Corellian corvettes are about a third of the size.
So, should we tell them to just hold in place for the time being?
Yeah. So I'm gonna bring the cruiser around to face directly at him, and I'm gonna put on my scariest face and be like, "That sounds like a good idea." And I look around like I'm looking at crew members, like
high-fiving yourself, but like
no, more like
congratulations,
like,
man.
them, like lock on and stuff like that, like.
Yeah.
And so Valerie's off to the side, and
you
she tries to talk with a deep voice. "Yes, Captain."
She doesn't seem intimidated or impressed. She seems relieved.
I would like to tell her that we're gonna bring this ship back in, and you're gonna give us a lot of space. 'Cause we got people down there now, obviously.
I'd like to give you help. That's what I'm offering.
Ah.
I was bound by honor and contract to these hunters.
Bad taste in your mouth, huh?
Well, mainly because I didn't have the armaments in order to take them. My brother and I are at odds because he arrested people despite why they committed the crimes. He sent a lot of good people to this planet, and I've seen it destroy them.
Well, that sounds like a conversation you're going to have a chance to sort out.
Oh, no. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you get your people. And my brother and I, we've ended terms a long time ago. It was a closed book until he showed up again.
What can you tell me about the rest of the defenses around here?
I was in charge of the orbital defenses. They're in charge of planetary defenses. I can ask all my ships to stand down. There's only 120 corvettes.
How about getting back a little bit? Can you use those 120 corvettes to take out some Surface targets?
Well, they're not gunships. They mainly are targeting starships.
Well,
We're basically overglorified policing vehicles, but they could carry about 200 people.
I like those odds. There's a lot of people
Now-
on there we want to get off of that planet.
Understandable. I must go. I'm going to talk to my people. She cuts comms and the screen wipes with you and Valerie looking at each other. Grikaza, Edos, and Corin Reed cross over the horizon, and Corin shows them a tower that overlooks a plateau. That must be the HQ, Corin.
Alright. You cut off the head of the snake. They run wild. We get there, we end this.
Yeah, we end this here.
And Reed will look over at Edos, then back at Grikaza. You sure he's up to it?
I look at Edos and then I look back at him. He's up to it.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, Reed gets a weird look on his face. Fear. He feels something. Something doesn't feel right.
Something's wrong.
You! And as the two of you look, you see a Sith Inquisitor with a fresh scar over his face. And you immediately flash back to the time that he attacked you on the beacon and you kicked him out of the ship. Literally.
Oh, that one.
And this is where we're going to end part 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I'm going to pick up this episode for part 4 here in a little bit. Thank you very much. Please hit that like button if you like what you see, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I have a feeling this campaign is about to take a drastic change for the better. Anyway, join us again in 10:15. Bye-bye.